Hi everyone and welcome to my channel Starseeker Tarot. My name is Nia and today's special reading is for all of my queens out there who do not fit in because you were born to stand out. So this will hopefully give you, confidence and guidance, because I believe in the power of divine feminine energy and we all have it, we all radiate it, we just don't always know how to appreciate it and how to see it and how to celebrate it. So this is about your divine feminine uniqueness. I'm super excited, as you might be able to tell. So as you can see, you have these three beautiful groups to choose from. For group number one, we have a warrior queen. It says she who battles, and her name is, and I'm hopefully going to pronounce this correctly, Abanolaka. This is Zulu, so if you speak Zulu, let me know if I said that correctly. And it also says justice, fierce and commitment on here, and with it we have a hematite stone. Then for group number two, we have the lovely fairy. It says she who dreams. Her name is Isra, and it says escape, dreams, fantasy, and with it we have an amethyst heart. And then for group number three, we have this moon goddess looking queen. It says she who changes, iris, transformation, change, enchantment, and with it we have an opalite moon. So all you need to do right now, as always, is to focus on today's topic and on your own energies. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, pause the video if you have to, and when you think you're ready, just see which one or which ones, because you can choose several of these three queens, calls your attention the most. Do not overthink it, let your intuition decide, and then you can have a look in the description box down below where you find the timestamps for each individual group, so I'll see you there. Welcome to your reading, queens of group number one. Everyone who resonated with the dark-skinned warrior queen, her name is Abanolaka. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Zulu and it means wild, apparently. She who battles, justice, fierce, commitment, and we also have this hematite stone here. Now, you are tuning in because you are a queen, because you do not fit in, you stand out, and this is what this reading is all about. It's supposed to give you confidence and guidance and confirmation. Only take what resonates and feel peaceful about what doesn't. It will be for someone else. It's a collective reading. Join in on my grounding and cleansing breath if you like. Okay. Now, needless to say, I am feeling warrior queen energies here. Very, very strong energies of battle. And I will give a little bit of a warning. If you are feeling vulnerable and sensitive, this might not be your reading, because I'm feeling heavy energies in a good way, because you are very strong, but I might be talking about some sensitive topics, so please choose a different group or reading if you can't handle it. Those of you who are staying, which is the majority, you know exactly what these battles are about. You know exactly what they are. And keep in mind, hematite comes from, is it Greek? The Greek word for blood. That's why it's also called bloodstone. So I do get some sacrifice vibes here. Also with this big machete, or is this even a sword, what she's holding? This looks huge. So some sacrifice, hopefully not some blood sacrifice, but I do know that I have some viewers who go through very extreme things in your lives when it comes to your physical health. I'm not a doctor. I only am giving you spiritual advice here as a medium. Keep that in mind. But yeah, you have probably had some surgeries, some very how do you say, quite aggressive or hard to cope with treatments. If you haven't had that, and I hope that's the case for everyone, you have fought other battles that do affect you kind of mentally and physically still, but you have overcome them all. And that's why you stand out. You are such a warrior queen. You're a fighter. You remind me of Xena, warrior princess. Do you remember her? She was one of my childhood idols. So let me just have a closer look at this mask thing here, and then I'll show you. This is her armor. So I don't know if the camera does it justice, but this scary looking mask, maybe it is, you recognize this, maybe it's tied to African culture, let me know, but it's her armor, and it looks scary. So you might not be considered, maybe by societal standards, typically feminine. And that is okay, because society standards these days, insane, okay? You are still a woman, and women can be extremely strong. I mean, women's bodies are built to give birth, and giving birth is apparently the most painful thing a body can go through, one of the most painful things. So we are warrior queens. We are so strong. We can cope with things, most men can't. So don't let anyone tell you, if you have had to be quite, tough or tomboyish in order to survive, that you're not a woman. I see that some of you, or many of you, you have always had either non-existent or weak men in your life. So maybe when you were young, you grew up without a father, or your father figure was absent, or not a good one. I do see some loss here, and or when you were grown up, you experienced some severe losses in your romantic relationships, where you went through traumatic breakups, or the worst thing would be probably if you lost your partner and they passed away. I do see for everyone kind of some heaviness and grief when it comes to masculine figures that should be in your life to protect you and look after you and to nurture you and to allow for you to be soft and to play your divine feminine part, but you couldn't do that. You have always had to be kind of like replacing that masculine energy. And by the way, I'm trying to make this very inclusive. It's all about the energies. When I say masculine, also female bodies can carry masculine energy and vice versa. But you probably lost your innocence in the sense that you had to grow up very, very fast and very, very young. Maybe you did not have a childhood, or some of you, it all was pretty normal until a certain point in your life, maybe in your teenage years, where something traumatic happened and you just had to kind of man up. Maybe you have other family members or other people close to you who you would have to protect and look after. Maybe you had to be the man in the house, even though, you were the lady or the girl. I don't know. I see that energy. And, that is your super strength. That is your superpower. I know from experience how frustrating that can be if you just want to be, soft. If you want to have a protector in your life, if you want to be in your divine feminine energy and the more kind of receptive, loving, sensual energy, but you can't, because life isn't all fun and games, just life demands certain things of you, but still it doesn't take away your femininity, and that you still are this divine feminine being, but you for some reason, and it's not just some random reason, this is in your soul contract, which I don't know about. Maybe I should do a reading about this, but you chose to go through these tough things as a divine feminine figure, okay? And depending on your personal situation, you are still facing these battles, and maybe you are all on your own. You don't have anyone supporting you, and kind of you don't have any team players. You don't have an army. You don't have your troop. You are like a lone fighter. Some of you do have a support system, and I hope that's the case for everyone. But unfortunately, life isn't always fair. And you're still fighting. Others, you are coming out of a long period of fighting, and you are transitioning into a softer phase. So we will see what's coming up. But regardless of, your past, present, and future, you are still a woman, okay? And there's something about womanhood. We'll see. I see that some of you are dreaming of getting married. By the way, I also see many of you, not many. When I say that, I don't know where it comes from. But yeah, it's quite present. So let me know if that's you, if you feel comfortable. I see you, liking being in your divine feminine energy and wanting that romantically as well from your counterpart. So maybe you are in a same sex relationship, two women. I'm just seeing that for some of you. Others here, you might have had a miscarriage. I see a lot of pain. So again, this is a tough reading, but you are so strong, you are so fierce, you are so committed, and we'll see what more information we get, but this is heavy. I always am shy to use hematite because it attracts, heavy stuff. If you want to work with crystals, get yourself a hematite. If you feel like you have to carry a load on your shoulders and it's too much for you to take, get hematite. It absorbs negative energy, okay? But I'm telling you, I see for many of you a transition into a softer, more gentle phase where you can be the way life hasn't allowed you to be. Also, I see some victory coming in. So if you're struggling when it comes to some kind of health battle, I see victory coming in, you celebrating victory over something, hopefully not as severe as cancer, but it could be. Or you being victorious in a fertility struggle journey, or something legal potentially. And I do see some masculine looking figures. What are those? I want you to know that if there are some intimidating masculine figures in your life, past, present, or future, they challenge you in a way that they want to bring out and trigger that masculine within you. And I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe it's, again, if you went through some trauma because of some masculine figures, that they brought out the beast in you. Only take if it resonates, okay? But, you're still a woman. I'm telling you, you're still a woman. You're still divine feminine. No matter what other people have made you feel, you have become. I'm really struggling with these messages here because it's so difficult, and I'm very afraid to upset certain people, but I must say I've got such lovely viewers. You always get what I'm trying to say. So hopefully no one's gonna be feeling discriminated or treated unfairly by my choice of words, which my intention is always to help and give guidance. Okay, now I want to ask more about this bright side of your energy, because I know you've heard it many times and you absolutely know about your tough side, and it's a part of you that you need to kind of embrace, because you are who you are because of what you went through, okay? And if you want to love all of you, you have to love those ugly parts as well. I see a hand, I see a light, white, bright energy hand touching your forehead. So maybe we're going to get some information about that. This is the Elki Oracle Oracle deck I'll be using. White flowers. There is a lot of white energy that is coming towards you. And I feel like because you are such a warrior queen, You attract darkness and battle energy for the most part in the physicality, in the physical realm, but in the spirit realms you attract some very pure and very delicate and very angelic or god and goddess-like energies. Oh my god, look at that. So there are not many warrior queens in this deck. I believe only 2. And I pulled the second one here. So this is such confirmation. And interesting, she also has something on her shoulder, which is the skull of some kind of animal. She who stands. Valencia, resolute, implacable, determined. I mean, look at you. You are so determined, and you can achieve whatever you want. You know how to sacrifice certain parts of yourself for your highest good. So really your spirit team is applauding you. Really is applauding you, and you're making so many people proud on the other side. Always remember, you never walk alone. And even if you sometimes feel like everyone in this 3D realm is letting you down, disappointing you, hurting you, in a spirit realm, people are doing the opposite. They are sending you love. They are praying for you. They are sending you good energies. And really, they know how strong you are and how much you can take. So if no one ever pats your shoulder, if you never ever get any recognition for going through these battles, you're absolutely getting that from the spirit realms. So connect with those spirit realms more. I feel like many of you have also had issues when it comes to faith, and I so understand. When you have a really difficult life, it's very hard to believe in some kind of benevolent God, It's very hard, and you just chose a very, very tough lifetime in this one. But remember, this is only temporary, the 3D thing here. It's boot camp for the soul. When you go home to the life between lives, things are different. Surprise. Okay, she who surprises. Surprise, discovery, revelation. I love that because I need some more light-hearted energy now. I told you about this white light that was coming. So this is heaven-sent energy from spirit beings that love you so much. A surprise is coming, and I feel like you need to know this. And she looks like a beauty queen. I feel like, you will have an epiphany of some sort, and your life will change. I don't know why you need to be hearing this. Well, probably because you really do, because it's been so hard. Your life's going to change. Your life's really going to change. And again, this is going to make you stand out. I feel like many of you have over-identified with this tough energy, okay? And I'm not blaming you, no one is, because you have had to be this tough. You have had to be on survival mode, fight or flight, whatever resonates in that kind of sense with your situation. This is not all of what you are. You're going to stand out for another reason that is kind of very surprising. And this looks so sweet here with the butterflies coming in, and she wearing a very beautiful dainty gown and some jewelry, and I see these colorful kind of satin curtains here. So you will be surprised. You will be surprised of what else you are. You are more than just this fighting for survival warrior queen. You're also kind of a beauty queen, okay? So you will discover something, a surprise, a revelation, an epiphany. Butterflies are such a big theme in my readings. I have already recorded group number 3's reading, and the butterfly came up there as well. Okay, I pulled this card in group number 3. So watch group number 3 if you felt drawn to it. The energies are very, very different between 1 and 3, but some people, they build their own stories watching or piles, so I don't know what kind of viewer you are. But if only this group resonates, that's fine as well. She who frees. she's dropping this broken chain into the ocean. Liberation, unrestrained freedom. So for those warrior queens amongst you who have had to fight for freedom, maybe this is financial freedom, legal freedom, relationship freedom, or kind of physical freedom, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Whatever dragon you had to slay has no more power over you, and you won't be forced to be wearing your armor by the daily anymore. You won't be forced to, show your strength anymore. You're free from that. I feel like you have lifted some kind of curse. You've broken a karmic pattern. That's why your ancestors are so proud of you as well. So this surprise element that is coming in will be a very noticeable and very admirable and very kind of out there public and personal victory over a severe battle. Now, I don't know what this is. You can share this with us if you're comfortable in the comments. It could be that you'll be victorious over a very severe illness that you suffered from for most of your life for many years. Or maybe, because I'm kind of seeing that, some kind of divorce situation where there's a lot of family stuff involved and a lot of, financial issues as well. I don't know whatever chain this is, but I'm getting, for the most part, this could be something, about health or a toxic marriage. But everyone, you will be free. And what will you be doing with your freedom? Just think about that. That's also what makes you stand out. So if you finally have, what do you say? How do you say? I can't find the word anymore. When you have won over cancer, for example, what would you do with your life? This will make you stand out. Maybe you'll go on the best adventures ever and share that with people. Or what would you do if you're finally divorced from that toxic partner? And if you're finally financially independent, what would you do? This is in store for you, okay? You will have it. And I feel like it's going to happen when you least expect it. And you'll be softer. And you'll be transitioning from this kind of wounded, healing warrior queen into a beauty or adventure queen, okay? Wow. It's a tough reading, but if you claim it, then please give it a thumbs up. It helps other people like you find me, and leave a comment. It really helps this channel out. I'm not done yet. If you don't know what to say, leave a sword emoji or a crown emoji or a butterfly emoji. And if you are new and would like to join our tribe, then please subscribe and turn on the bell if you want to be notified when I post new content. This is the Divine Wisdom deck that I'll be using now. No, it's not called Divine, it's called Feminine Wisdom. Feminine Wisdom deck, okay? But it's the same, Divine Feminine Wisdom deck. I had to look at this card first because I might have to censor some. No, oh my gosh. Okay, I don't have to censor anything because some images are quite explicit. I drew this same card in group number 3 again, but look at her. Love, life's purpose, 30, the healed heart, with the band-aids on it and all the flowers. You are transitioning into this. So, yes, you are this here on the left, the tough warrior queen, but you also the healed beauty queen. And I feel like this is a part that is yet to come for many of you, or that has just started, or that you are starting to get a glimpse of right now. But this is also you. And look how comfortable she is in her skin. Look how she is growing these flowers out of her healed heart. Very, very beautiful. So there is more to life, to your purpose in this lifetime, than just fighting for survival and freedom. You also are meant to experience love and beauty, so self-love and love and relationships for sure. Many of you will find, if you want that, a partner who will really show you love in a way that you've never experienced it. Just healthy relationships. This could also obviously be about family and friends. Yes, the sun, number 19. Look at her. Inspiration, beautiful spark, moving impulse, flowers, sunshine. This is so much about health. So what's coming is the light, is the sun, is the warmth, is the happiness, okay? A beautiful spark of light just hitting you right in the heart and causing for these seeds that you planted in there a long time ago to grow beautiful flowers, which will be blooming, and they'll be attracting, you know, bees and butterflies, and it's so lovely. It's so lovely. So there is a lot of brightness coming in and a lot of new energy, so much inspiration. I feel like up until now, you haven't really had the chance to be really inspired and to, you know, spend time dreaming because you were so focused on survival. But what's coming in is this wholesomeness and this peace and this calm and this mellowness where you're really allowed to dream again and to manifest beautiful things. It's absolutely coming. And your body just feels so nice here. It feels like you being able to be vulnerable because there is no one hurting you, okay? And you just loving being in your body. Your body's going to be feeling very, very free. And, you know, like her dancing and doing yoga out in the sun. I love this. Such a good transition because I was quite worried at the beginning of your reading, I must say. One last card, please, for group number 1. Okay. I'm gonna censor that a little bit. You can't really see anything, but you know. Release, setting oneself free. She is naked, she is vulnerable, she is free, and she is releasing all that heavy karma. So again, your ancestors are so proud of you because you went to war in this lifetime and you finished a battle your ancestors weren't able to finish. So please see yourself as very victorious. You're a winning queen, okay? You're a winner. And you will be in your divine feminine energy in the sense that you can be, as I said in the very beginning, what you have maybe always wished for. You can be receptive. You can be you know, sensual, you can be vulnerable, you can be tender, you can be loving, and there is no hostility coming in from your environment at all. It's all these very nice pastel-y colors here, and again, I feel you feeling so free to do whatever you always wanted to do, but you couldn't because you had these battle obligations, okay? So feel free to share with us what your adventures will be in the very near future. And keep in mind, there's a little surprise coming in. So this is your reading. If you watched it, or thank you so much. If you want to let me know, you can leave a purple heart. If you'd like to send in some cards or crystals, I have an Amazon wishlist link in the description box down below. Thank you so much to my channel members and to all of my supporters. Sending each and every one of you many, many blessings, and until very soon, hopefully. Bye. Welcome to your reading. All of my queens who resonated with card number 2. Isra, she who dreams escape, dreams fantasy, and this lovely amethyst heart. So you are about to find out why you are so special as the queen that you are. So this is supposed to give you confidence and guidance about your divine feminine uniqueness, okay? So if you feel like you don't fit in, hopefully you'll see why that can be a good thing, why you are so special, all right? So yeah, join in on my grounding and cleansing breath if you like. Okay, and please only take what resonates. If you don't resonate with something I say, it will be for someone else. It's a collective reading. Now, your energy, I can feel it a lot. And This image looks so very dreamy. Now, physically, not everyone will look like this fairy, obviously, but your energies feel like this image. We have a very pale full moon in the background here. And as of me recording this right now, last night we had a full moon. So you might be someone who's very connected to the moon cycles. And some of you will be feeling good when there is a full moon, but I feel like the vast majority you feel all the heavy and deeply hidden emotions coming up, and it feels quite, sad or a bit overwhelming. You might find yourselves in a very emotional state when there is a full moon, but Spirit is saying this is all blessed energy, regardless of what negative labels you might put on it or how dark it might feel. It's a blessed thing that you are so emotional. You are definitely an empath. You are definitely someone who connects with the magical realms, with the plants. I wanted to say with the birds and the trees. So maybe you love birds and trees, but yeah, definitely the animal realms, the plant realms, and the ethereal realms. And you are a dreamer, needless to say. I'm getting such wistful and whimsical energies from you. And you're probably like me. I always say that fantasy to me is my escape from reality, because reality can be very painful and difficult. Okay, so you are very creative actually, and what makes you stand out is, yes, your pain, your struggles, your hardship, and your darkness, but don't underestimate, please celebrate how this darkness is fuel for your creative energy. If you're like me and you want to escape from reality by creating fantasy, that can be so beautiful. I think you have a very creative gift. I don't know what your creativity is, but I'm hearing the word imagination. So you probably have a very vivid, a very colorful, a very beautiful, a very magical sense of imagination. So you would be great at creating stories. So maybe you'd be an awesome writer. Maybe you already are. Song lyrics come to mind, but also melodies. If you picked up an instrument, and let me tell you, it's never too late to learn an instrument. I feel like that would help you so much to alchemize heavy emotions and express them in a beautiful way, and by that releasing them and purging your energy and attracting beautiful energy. So if you've been feeling drawn to picking up an instrument, or maybe you want to start singing, definitely do that. But also I hear poetry, painting, maybe crafting. Do you like to make clothes? I see that for some of you. So any creative outlet, maybe. Okay, not maybe, definitely. I feel like you have a lot of maybes in your head, and since you are such a dreamer, I feel like you sometimes have difficulties when it comes to making a decision or really going forward with an idea. And that's okay. Just be gentle with yourself. Don't be impatient with yourself. So I'm getting Pisces energy from many of you. Don't worry if you have no Pisces energy in your chart, but that's the overall energy. So you are very delicate, you are very sensitive, and you find it really hard probably in this very kind of rough and competitive 3D world. And people might have accused or criticized you for being a dreamer and for practicing things that are considered childlike. So maybe you are all grown up and you still like to cosplay and dress up as a fairy maybe, or you like to decorate your place with childish items, but they are not childish. If you resonate with these beautiful items, that's your sacred energy, and you are allowed to show it off, and you are allowed to create your beautiful sacred space. And people who are receptive to your energy will really appreciate it. So I feel like many of you are already doing everything I have mentioned, and I see the most beautiful place right now. Maybe this is just coming from one of you, or a few. Maybe it's coming from all of you, or maybe this is a sign for you to start doing that. I see you creating your magical reality escape, or should you say reality escape or fantasy escape place? You know what I mean? A place that you dedicate to your dreamy, whimsical energy, and where you feel yourself, and where you create what you dream of. And by doing that, you actually nourish otherworldly energy, and people could probably find healing there if you allow them to enter this space. So it could be that some of you are thinking about creating some kind of sanctuary, or maybe it's a shop, a very tangible shop where you sell some items that you create, like healing potions, natural remedies, or crystals. Or maybe it's something quite practical, like recycled jewelry, or a vintage secondhand shop. I see so many different things, so whatever fits your situation. Yes, some people would really appreciate that and find healing and inspiration there, but be very careful about who you let into this sacred space, because not everyone is respectful enough to deal with your ethereal, magical, dainty energies. I hope you understand what I mean. But you are very, very beautiful, and you're absolutely a queen, okay? You are a whimsical queen. That's who you are. You are a dreamy queen, and I see beautiful pastel-y colors. Your aura feels very pastel-y, very shimmery. Like I see sheer, shimmery, silk-like color patterns around you, and that is so beautiful. So make sure though you don't let rough people trample all over you, because if you feel like you are easily affected by other people's energy and behavior, it's because your aura, your protective aura shield, is like the most delicate, dainty silk fabric, okay? So if it gets too much, step away from people. Don't be shy to be a loner, because you need to protect yourself. And do some cleansing rituals if you feel the need to. And yeah, you're very, very soft, very beautiful, very much like this card. For those of you who have some anxiety issues, or some, social anxiety issues, and you might be very good at masking it. I surely am, for example. I can so relate to what you are going through. Even if you come across as quite bubbly and social and open, remember deep down you are quite sensitive. You are very sensitive, and often that can affect you when even you don't really understand that it's still affecting you. So what I'm trying to say is, if you suffer from that kind of anxiety, get Amethyst, because Amethyst can help you feel more grounded and feel protected. And yeah, I love Amethyst, as you probably know, but only do that if you feel drawn to it, obviously. But I hear Amethyst. Also, I forgot to say this in the very beginning, I heard and saw angel number 11. So not 11, just 11. 11 creates a portal. So depending on where you are on your spiritual awakening journey and how much you're into that, you are a portal opener. You are a portal for these dreamy fantasy vibes. That's why I'm saying, wherever you create your beautiful energy, you invite in energy of the same kind. So don't be surprised if you attract actual fairy beings into your fairy garden. For example, if you dedicate a lot of love and energy when you are gardening, you attract these beings. So this is also true for angels or for other nature spirits or for galactic beings or whoever you resonate with. Also, I'm hearing mythical creatures. So you are not crazy. I feel like you are so engaged with this sometimes that you start to see, for example, unicorns. And there is a lot of truth to this, okay? Obviously, people will tell you unicorns are not real, but that's only when it comes to brainwashed 3D intellectual consciousness. If you are 4D and 5D, unicorns are absolutely real. So I have a reading about your energy shifting and opening up to the 5D. I feel like you will find messages in the mirror group. There's a mirror on it, or any other group. I'll link it in the description box down below. If you're interested, please remind me if I forget. And look what I'm doing to your group only. I'm putting this heart here within this moon, and that's a hug from the moon. I feel a lot of moon energy from you. Let the moon hug you. I don't know why I'm saying that. Dance with the stars. Let the moon hug you. Let's see what more we can find out about your beautiful energy, your uniqueness, why you stand out. This is the El Qui Oracle Oracle deck. I feel like you are really missing someone. It could be that you are missing your soul tribe, because some of you are not from Earth. I'll also be linking a reading about that in the description box. You're not from Earth. You're missing your kind. You're missing your tribe. You feel like the last unicorn here. So it's definitely not easy what you're going through. Bryce, she who surprises. Surprise, discovery, revelation. And it looks like almost she's looking into a mirror behind the curtains. I'm getting Snow White energy a lot, but okay. So first of all, I drew this same card in group number 1, but so if you felt drawn to group number 1, watch it, but little warning, it was hard. It was difficult, beautiful, but difficult. Then I'm getting evil queen energy, but you are not an evil queen, and I feel like you have never been called evil because you are way too like sweet and soft for that. But I do see some negative labels that other people gave you, and maybe you have taken that as your reality. No, that's not true. You're not like a sad queen or whatever kind of negative queen you think you are, or a lonely queen. No, you are a beautiful, whimsical, wistful, ethereal queen, all right? And you attract wonderful creatures, and as the world is shifting and changing, and by the way, not everyone will be part of this big shift that is happening. I don't like that in the spiritual community so many people say that this is something that just happens passively. No, you have to be active in this process. You have to go through the pain and through the metamorphosis. You are going through it. You literally are. That's why you will see it. And those people who are doing the work, they will be attracting more and more these beautiful beings that are coming. And those are not aliens. These are, just, I mean, it could be for some, but I'm talking about the concept of, the popular mainstream alien concept in the spiritual community. Please be so discerning about what you hear, because most is absolute BS. What I'm seeing here is 5D and 4D beings that you are attracting, and you'll be feeling less lonely. So I do see you having many beautiful discoveries that feel quite surprising to you, like for example seeing an actual angel, an actual unicorn, or an actual fairy, and that for sure makes you stand out, because most people can't see what you see. But that doesn't mean that it's not real, okay. More butterflies. So these are actually blue. If you're one of the people who keep on finding the blue butterflies on my channel, there you go. She who thrives, flourish, prosper, blossom. So you're a queen who is still queening when it comes to your transformation. You have not evolved yet into your, maybe not final, but into one of the higher stages of your existence in this incarnation. Okay, you'll still be flourishing, prospering, and blooming. So don't over-identify with where you are at right now. This is not the final outcome. You are constantly evolving, and you'll be thriving. And I know for a fact that you will be thriving when this shift has happened, which it will take a very, very long time, several generations, but it will be a lot more visible and a lot more tangible in the coming months and years. And yeah, you'll be feeling beautiful, and you'll be having these beings and people around you who will celebrate you for your uniqueness. I feel like up until now, you might have always been marginalized or criticized, an outcast for being who you are. What I'm seeing here is you being celebrated for it, and you standing out in the best way possible for who you are. And I love her eyes. Are they golden or are they green? Maybe that's a sign for someone here. And your third eye chakra and your crown chakra are very open. That's why, again, you are very creative. You're very good at seeing things other people can't, and at detecting beauty, okay, and magic. Kali, here she is again. So I have already recorded number 3 and number 1's reading, and Kali's been showing up. Is someone's name Carl? Kali? But I mean, this is a queen's reading, but I did get the feeling that some kings might be tuning in to, you know, discover their divine feminine energy. I don't know. Or is someone, okay, I hear Carlos. Okay, that name, is that a man who plays an important role in your life? Because for you, I feel like this name might be very, very, very crucial. Or Carol, or Carolyn. Carolyn. If this doesn't resonate with you, feel peaceful about it. But okay, I'm getting the energy now. It says here, she who frees, liberation, unrestraint, and freedom. Now, I don't remember, I believe I told group number 1 this, or maybe it was group number 3, but you are here to do work on behalf of your soul tribe. And your soul tribe is surely your ancestors, so you might have a very important ancestor, like a grandmother figure, whose karmic duty you took on. And understand that even if you don't fully get what your purpose is and what your task and job is that is in your soul contract, by dealing with your issues and by choosing love and growth over anger and resentment and violence and the heavy stuff, you are doing it. And as you are shifting and moving into this orchid energy here, you are really helping your soul tribe and your divine feminine ancestors from your past. You're breaking a curse. And I love that this is collective energy for all of my viewers in today's video. So a lot of freedom and liberation is coming for you still. And I feel like in your case, this will manifest and become a reality, in that you'll be celebrating yourself and you'll be acknowledged and appreciated for who you are, okay? Because so far I feel there is a little bit of negative judgment coming from the outside world. That will completely change. You'll be thriving, you'll be free. Green feels very healing also. So that is truly wonderful. If you claim these messages, we're not done yet, but if you are happy with what you're hearing here, then please give this video a thumbs up and please leave a comment. It helps other people like you find me. So if you don't know what to say, leave a butterfly emoji. And if you are new and would like to join our lovely tribe, then please subscribe and turn on the bell if you want to be notified when I post new content. This is the gorgeous Feminine Wisdom Oracle. It's perfect. Bluebells. So the color blue and the number 11 might be very important signs for some of you. Or maybe bluebells, you know, I don't know. I've drawn this card. I'm going to look at it first because some images are quite explicit and I might have to censor. Now this is perfect. Yeah. Support, encouragement, assistance. Number 14, I told you, you are pulling in your tribe as you are starting to really show your true colors and celebrate your true colors. You know, don't dim your light to fit in because you are meant to stand out. And so love your uniqueness, and the more you do, the more other people will see you and find you, and the more they will, you know, celebrate and appreciate you. This is Temperance energy, so this is perfect confirmation about what I told you with these beings and actual people coming in to love you, okay? And also your soul tribe cheering you on the other side. Look, 3 butterflies, 3 girls here dancing and celebrating. And the color green, I feel like you're the one in the middle energy-wise. Or maybe you're the one on the left with the yellow dress. Again, Bluebell is coming up. Is there a song called Bluebell or a book or like some character's name? I can show you this card. So cute with the deer. Kindness, love in action, 17. Yeah, this is so you. You know, in German, we have a saying that when you are afraid and intimidated by rough people around you, you feel like a deer trapped in a lion's cage. So for those of you who really struggle with how toxic and how violent this world can be, it's not your fault as a deer that everyone around you is a ferocious beast, okay? And you don't have to become a beast in order to cope with life. Life here on earth is changing, and you will be feeling safe in your soft energy. You'll be feeling safe as a deer because, you know, the predators will have left. And there's a lot of love coming in. Yeah, a lot of love. Something about the number 17 could resonate with someone here. Is your birthday on the 17th of March? That would make you a Pisces. I don't know, the 17th of some month, or maybe the 14th. I really feel like these numbers here are hinting at a date. So feel free to share if you're comfortable. And by the way, your spirit team and surely these beings who already are on their way, they are encouraging you to go inward. Don't engage so much with the craziness that you see in this world. They're like, don't watch the news. Don't engage with people's hate and all of that. Don't. Go into your sacred escape. Dream about the fairies and the unicorns and the stars and so on, and make that your reality. That's how you'll survive. There's also some information coming in about those of you who kind of struggle with your lady pains. If you know what I'm trying to say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving medical advice, but if you have lady pains in your lower abdomen, so there could also be fertility issues or like troubles with your cycle, you know, extremely painful periods, like anything down there. This is tied to your sacral chakra and to your root chakra. You are not rooted here on planet Earth because you are from somewhere else and you find it quite hostile or quite dangerous here, most of you. And know that this issue will get a lot better and will be healed in addition to medical treatment if that's what you need. as the world becomes softer, because it definitely is becoming softer. We are transitioning from a divinely masculine energy into a divine feminine energy when it comes to the rulership of Mother Earth. And Mother Earth is divine feminine. She's Mother Gaia, so she'll be in her element again, and that will make this place so much easier for everyone. Okay, it's also safe to look at this card. 27, grounding here and now. I was talking about the root chakra and that you are not rooted, and then I pull this card. This happens so often lately. And look, now the sun's coming out a little bit. Do you see this rainbow here? That's a sign for you. Rainbows are definitely a sign for you. It's been so gloomy all day today, but that's a rainbow for you. So don't give up hope. Don't lose hope. And you know what makes you lose hope is reading the news, is watching the news, is seeing what people say on social media. Go within, please. Dream, okay, create your magical realm. Go into hermit mode and know that divine timing is absolutely at play for you here, okay? You were planted here as a seed, so you could be a star seed of some kind, and you are meant to shine your light. And I feel like your time hasn't come in that you are still in the soil, so you don't really see any success, if you will, on the surface, but it doesn't mean that there is no growth. You are growing, and as the energies on Mother Earth are shifting, you will be growing into this flower, and there's other people like you. You're not the only flower, and it's going to get a lot better, okay? And you'll be standing out for beautiful reasons, okay? So yeah, I love this reading. It was a little bit sad, but it's also very encouraging and hopeful, and I hope you understand what kind of a queen you are now. So be confident about who you are. If you watched it all and you want to let me know, leave a rainbow emoji. If you would like to send in some cards or crystals, I have an Amazon wishlist link in the description box down below. Thank you so much to my channel members and to all of my supporters, sending each and every one of you many blessings. And I need to say one thing. So for those of you still watching, there's something about Bambi, the Disney movie. So if that's a sign for you, there you go. But now I'm gonna say goodbye, and until very soon, hopefully. Bye. Welcome to your reading, all my queens who resonated with card number 3, the beautiful Iris and this Opalite moon. So in this special reading, you're about to find out what it is that makes you so special, why you don't fit in. Okay, so this is supposed to make you feel confident and to make you understand you know, how you can work with your divine feminine power. This feels so good. Join in on my grounding and cleansing breath if you like. I really need one. Okay, and please only take what feels right for you. It's a collective reading. If you hear something that doesn't resonate, it will be for someone else. I must say there is something super distinctive about your energy here. Group number 3. Very psychic, very emotional, very spiritual, very, you know, it feels like your energy feels like a beautiful, enchanted lake with the full moon shining on it. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but I'm getting water energy a lot from you. So you might be a water sign, or you might have some significant water placements. Maybe your Venus is in a water sign if it's not your sun sign, but your energy feels quite mystical and mysterious. It's almost like I hear sirens chanting or goddesses chanting and humming. So beautiful and completely out of this world. So if you do not feel like you fit in, it's because you simply don't, but this doesn't make you the weirdo or like whatever negative judgment you might have received from other people, or whatever negative label you give to yourself. You're just otherworldly. And I do have some readings about, messages from otherworldly beings. So feel free to check those out in the description box afterwards, because I'm getting otherworldly or past civilization energy from you. But you are so beautiful, and you are meant to be this way, because some people will feel your magic. So obviously many different queens are tuning in today, so only take this if it resonates. But many of you, you are very sensual, you are very alluring. So the opposite energy, which is the divine masculine, will find you very attractive. But for wounded divine masculine energy carriers, you might trigger their trauma, which is why probably in those romantic connections it's not always been smooth for some. For others it has been really, maybe not smooth, because I do feel quite intense energy in romantic connections, but it's not negatively connotated. Also, maybe you struggle when it comes to connecting with other women because you make them jealous, or because you make them feel insecure. And by the way, you might be, physically very beautiful, but your most beautiful feature is for sure your soul and this otherworldly divine feminine energy that you just radiate. It radiates, it comes out of all of your pores. It's like almost you can smell it and you can hear it even if you don't say a word. And many of you, probably all of you, because the eyes are the window to the soul, will have very beautiful eyes. And I must say I'm a little bit disappointed in this deck, because it claims to be culturally inclusive, but almost all queens have blue eyes. Blue eyes are obviously very, very beautiful, but brown eyes, dark brown eyes, are just as beautiful. There is something about your gaze. It's not just the color of your iris. It might be, but it's your gaze, because something comes through your eyes. They're like a portal to the other side, and I'm having a hard time not getting hypnotized by her eyes. Do you feel the same? It feels like when I look into her eyes too much, I just get lost in space or something. So by the way, if someone else has told you something negative about the way you look when it comes to your eyes, about your gaze, maybe they told you come across as a dreamer, a daydreamer, or an airhead, or something negative, or you look like you're drugged, because I'm hearing that from some people here, that they said that to you. They just don't understand. They are very dense, harsh 3D people. Everyone else, and especially more sensitive people and the animals, they catch up on this. And it's just wow. Wow. And see how this snake, golden snake arm decor stands out. I see this as, the divine feminine weapon. Women, when they fight, they have different weapons than, divine masculine men have. There is something about you kind of triggering other people, and they think you're a bit, not necessarily dangerous, but your energy is just unfathomable to them. So they're a bit intimidated. Like when you see a beautiful snake, for example, that snake could potentially be poisonous, but yet you're kind of in awe because the animal is so pretty with its shimmering scales and the way it moves. I don't know. Saying that, maybe you also have a very elegant and ethereal way of moving your body. Take it if it resonates, okay? And you Yeah, I'm getting some shapeshifter energy. I don't know what that means. If this is for you, you will exactly know why I'm saying this, and it will be confirmation. But with this transformation and change energy, I feel like your aura makes people want to change, and those who can't change, and I'm talking about a change for the better, they're afraid of you, or they, block you. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Your energy is very intense. It's almost giving me a little bit of a headache. Because you're a lot in that sense, but you're very enchanting. Very, very enchanting. So if you don't know this already, you would be super good, not naturally talented at anything that is, sensual, that has, and I'm not saying necessarily in an erotic way, you can be sensual and graceful, just celebrating your divine femininity, but you're very good at that, and expressing divine feminine energy in any kind of aesthetic. So the way you dress, the way you wear your jewelry or your makeup, your hair, your aura, there are other ways to, create divine feminine beauty in your house and in your garden, or just with your voice. You're really, really gifted at that. And also, I'm getting High Priestess energy. So that might be a card that you've pulled a lot, but kind of divine. High Priestess energy combined with Empress energy. So you're very good at nurturing plants, at nurturing life, but life that kind of gives off beauty. Okay, like roses, like flowers, they look so beautiful, they smell amazing. So you'd be really good at that, and you already know this. And maybe you're really good at, making absolutely lovely meals, something that really satisfies the senses, and this is not superficial. This is something you should be proud of, because you put your divine feminine energy into it. Also, many of you are very psychic, whether you know this or not. You definitely have a gift of vision or divination, and you're just gorgeous. And you might be someone who just naturally feels drawn to melancholic, kind of maybe a little bit on the sad and art. So if you know Lana Del Rey, I love her, that kind of music style, and I'm sure there are many other artists out there, or like just music that makes you feel all the heavy emotions, but you're someone probably who romanticizes sad emotions, and that's a beautiful thing. If you do that, only take it if it resonates. Okay. Also, I'm hearing your embrace, your touch feels very, very I don't know how to say this because it's so ethereal. Like when you touch people, it just makes them feel good in ways that they probably can't describe. So animals as well, when you touch them, just something divine comes through. So you might, if you are a massage therapist or an aromatherapist or any kind of therapist where you really get involved with your patient or your client, you'd be so great at that. I see energy coming through your hands. That just feels extremely good. So I'd love to be touched by you, even if that sounds creepy, it's just a gift you have. So yeah, please don't be shy to express your divine femininity, because it's very, very beautiful. And those who find it intimidating are those who can't handle it. But that just shows how special and unique you are. And I just have to point out how perfectly Iris fits into my desk setup here. So I hope you love it. And yeah, crystals, you'd be great at working with crystals and music and scents and colors. I just see that for you. There is something coming up about aquamarine, so look into that if you like. Should I? Yeah, I'm just going to continue with this oracle deck. It's called Elle qui oracle, which is French, so a female oracle. Let's see what other messages we can get. Yeah, the butterfly here. The butterfly might be a symbol for you. People just share in the comments the most amazing signs that they have regarding butterflies and seeing them in my readings. So butterflies are so gorgeous. And I do see some beautiful heaviness on your heart, but just understand that whatever kind of sadness you're going through, you transform it into art. It's like when someone makes the most beautiful song out of a breakup situation that they went through, you know what I mean? Or when loss is, you know, the motivation for an artist to create the most beautiful, comforting art, you know, something like that. Silver, I'm hearing silver and blue for many of you. Oh yeah, okay, blue is so funny. These little blue tits, that's what they're called, blue tits. Do you see that little bird? It's blue, and she is silver and blue. So this often happens if you know me, I say something and I pull a card that kind of confirms that. She who guides, new path, guide, renewal. I have no idea how to say this. Maputla. If you know what language this is from, please educate us in the comments. So you are someone who guides people, and who I'm getting some lone wolf energy from you. So you're probably the first one ever to walk a path, and it feels very lonely, and it's a path that kind of triggers your emotions a lot. But you chose this as a soul, and yet you still inspire, even though most people won't be able to follow your path. I hope you get what I'm saying. It's just unobtainable or unachievable or unfathomable. If these words resonate with you, they are not your weakness. They are not a curse. They are your strength. If you can think of other examples, help me out. But I can just always think of artists who make the most incredible art out of heartbreak and hardships that they went through. I kind of see that for you. And you don't have to be, you know, famous. And what you do doesn't have to be seen by thousands or millions of people in order to be valid, even if it's just a select few people admiring you and what you do and how you create beauty, divine feminine beauty out of your sadness and your heaviness. That's all that matters. Then you are for sure in your purpose. And stars do play a big role, and I hear some, I don't know if this is a goddess coming through, so needless to say that you'd be great at channeling goddess energy, and you probably already kind of do that. I'm seeing an instrument as kind of like, it's not a tambourine, it has little bells, and you do use it like a percussion instrument, but it's so dainty. Or maybe it's someone's wind chimes here, but I do see rhythmic kind of bell sounds accompanied by maybe some humming or some dancing. So let me know if that is you. Also, you're probably someone who really appreciates natural music, Mother Gaia's music, like birds singing or ocean waves. And you probably love the night for how beautiful it is. The star is also a tarot card that you might have pulled for yourself a lot, or that you might have seen in other readings. So the High Priestess and the star, they will be big, confirming cards for you when it comes to your energy and your path. And you probably chose some darkness in order to recognize yourself as the star, as the light energy that you are. Kali. I wanted to pick her to represent one of the groups, but I didn't. Now she's showing up and I love it. So she who frees, liberation, unrestrained freedom. And I don't know if you can see that, but she's throwing some broken chains into the ocean. And I said, didn't I? I said ocean sounds. I said ocean wave sounds. And here you have some ocean waves just hitting that rock. Again, I'm getting siren energy. And I was talking about the strength of a woman, you know, feminine energy weapons. I think you know what I'm talking about here. So you fight your battles not by being aggressive. You fight your battles by being strong and firm in your energy that might come across as maybe fragile, or you might have been called overly sensitive, but that doesn't mean that you are weak. You're actually very, very strong. Just because you cry a lot because things just make you so emotional, or just because you have a physical 3D body that is not that of Superwoman, does not mean that you are not strong, because you are very strong. And you are very strong-willed, so you can break chains. I don't know what chains this is talking about, but during this maybe lonely path or heavy path that you have been walking, I feel like you have freed yourself from many situations where your partner or your family or other, you know, social situations make you feel locked up, imprisoned, weighed down. So I'm getting solo energy from you, even though that's not something you necessarily want and appreciate. You probably wish for nothing more than a healthy, you know, wholesome relationship or friendship, but it's very hard for you to get that. But that can always change, you know, but that's just the energy I'm seeing, and this is supposed to give you confidence, so don't hate yourself for it. There is nothing wrong with you. You are meant to be the way you are, okay? And I'm getting Atlantis energy. Yeah, you are not from Earth. I also have a reading that's literally titled You Are Not From Earth, so check it out in the description box under the video if you like. I'll link it there. Blanche. When was I speaking French? Was I speaking French or am I going crazy? I think I said something French. Oh yeah, Elle qui oracle. Okay, so Blanche means white, is the female adjective for white in French. She who brings light, light, serenity, beacon. You are a beacon of light. You might falsely have identified with darkness, or people might have called you, you know, dark, or, you know, I see some negative judgment coming from different sources, maybe also your own negative critical thinking, beating yourselves up. No, you're not dark, you're not, I don't know what they called you, depressed, or maybe you are into dark arts, but that doesn't make you a dark soul, because I see some goth vibes here, if you're into that, or any other kind of lifestyle or art that is considered kind of really heavy, but it's very beautiful how you do it. Anyway, you're not this dark energy, you're actually a beacon of light. You bring light by celebrating the heavy emotions, okay? So celebrate every part of your life where you went through some hardships, because that's what your soul wanted, because you make it look graceful and beautiful, okay? And many people see you as a shining light, and I can quite, you know, I can relate to this energy, because yeah, me too. I'm what people have called me, you know, but people don't know what I've gone through. But yeah, I try to bring some light by, for example, this work that I'm doing here. So you can do that too. And I do see kind of peacock feathers here. So you do bring more happiness than you realize. Some of you might be feeling guilty about being a downer, what people have called you, or like homebody, or I don't know. You bring a lot of happiness to an exquisite few, and they really appreciate your vulnerability. They appreciate that you feel deeply. They appreciate all of which you think is a disadvantage, which it can be, or a negative trait. You are very, very beautiful. And she has elf ears, so you might resonate with group number 2's reading as well. You know, I'm getting siren, elf energy here, goddess energy, fairy energy, Mother Gaia energy. Okay, I love this reading. If you love it too so far, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. It helps other people like you find me. So if you don't know what to say, leave some beautiful moon emojis, because the moon is definitely your energy. And if you are new and would like to join our lovely tribe, please subscribe and turn on the bell if you want to be notified when I post new content. This is the Feminine Wisdom Oracle. So don't know if I said it, but I'll be using only Oracle cards today. And look at look how beautiful this card is. This is so your energy. These are the beautiful flowers, the stars, the moons. And, you know, what makes it stand out is the contrast, is that there is so much darkness. So really, your darkness is only permanent, okay? The physical journey you're walking here is what did I say? I wanted to say temporary. It's not permanent, it's temporary. So you won't be suffering forever, all right? And you chose this, and you already understand me anyway, because you're quite intuitive and psychic like that. I need to look at this card first, because some of these images are quite explicit and I can't show them. Yeah, this is safe to show. Intuition, gut feeling, and inner voice, number 2. Angel number 222 might be one that you see a lot. So you are highly intuitive. You can always trust your gut feeling and your inner voice, but I feel like some of you don't always do that because other people might have told you that, I don't know, you overreact, or you are distrusting, or you are negative, or you're a downer. Please don't listen. Listen to your inner voice and honor your throat chakra. So for those of you who like to sing, maybe some of you like to sing, maybe you stopped singing, or you like to write poetry, or in whatever way, shape or form that you can use your voice, please use your voice and use it in the authentic way that you have forgotten to appreciate. I hope you understand what I mean. So if you want to write poetry about sad topics, do it, because it's your art form and it will touch the people who are ready for it. Another card, please. Okay, this is also safe to show. I love it. Joy. And I love the cute bunnies. Pure happiness, 24. So if you are tuning in real time, Easter is coming up very, very soon. But it's a timeless reading, so whenever you find it, it will be okay. It's for bunnies. So bunnies, rabbits might be a sign for you. They have appeared in my readings as well. To me, they just represent playfulness. And I love these purple flowers. They do look like lavender, but what are they called? What are they called? They grow in springtime in the Northern Hemisphere, and they smell amazing. And she's feeling amazing. So you probably already know this, but you are at your happiest when you are surrounded by animals or by playful, gentle people who really let their inner child show. That being said, you are probably really great with children. So and you just love nature, and you probably love walking barefoot on a field, or just, you know, listening to birds chirping, or to a breeze, you know, going through the trees. Maybe you like to hug trees. That is just your vibe, and this will recharge your batteries, so do that if you ever need to recharge. And I don't know why, but I'm getting some information now about love coming in for those of you who seek it. For those of you who seek a romantic connection, someone's coming in. They're coming in, 2 and 4, they're coming in. And this will be something consistent, and they will appreciate the way you are. And you might meet them whilst you're out and about, maybe going for a walk with your dog on a field, or maybe in a park, or maybe while you're shopping for flowers or plants. I only take that if it resonates, obviously, and I don't know why that came in. Maybe someone here wondered about it. I need to look at the card. Okay, safe. I love this card a lot. Love, life's purpose. She is someone who has healed her own heart. And this is you, okay? Because I did see that sadness. And even though you might feel like you're still bleeding, or you're still wounded, or you don't really see on the outside how far you have come and how much you have healed yourself, you absolutely have. And here we have the Empress energy, and we have a 0 here, so I see this as Empress and Fool energy. If you want a new beginning, maybe in romantic relationships, or when it comes to your physicality, your health, you will have it, but understand you're the one making it happen, making it possible. You are the divine creator. You are this high priestess. You manifest it by practicing self-love and by loving you and all the parts you think are ugly, because they're actually beautiful. And I love how there are flowers growing from her injury. So you might have some actual physical health issues around your neck and your throat, but I'm not a doctor. I'm giving spiritual advice only, so take that only if it resonates, and understand I'm just a medium, okay? But yeah, love also the parts of you that you think are not acceptable, that society thinks are not acceptable, because I see that many of you are not outwardly beautiful in a way that society's standards convey it. So maybe your hair is really curly or nappy, and fashion hates that for some reason. No, your hair is beautiful. You can still put flowers in your hair. Like, I hope you get my example. Maybe you have some scars that you're really conscious about. Now you are so beautiful. Love yourself, and that's how you attract love. And your purpose is to create beauty and show love in dark places. And yeah, you're absolutely a beautiful queen. I love this reading. I hope you did too. If you watched it all and you want to let me know, you can drop some flower emojis with your moon. And if you would like to send in some cards or crystals, I have an Amazon wishlist link in the description box down below. Thank you so much to my channel members and to all of my supporters, sending each and every one of you many, many blessings. And until very, very soon, hopefully. Bye.